going on, Legion Azure? Like always, and we got some Star Wars stuff. Yeah, man, we're just this is like I thought we'd just check out the Star Wars world and some kind of resort. It's a Star Wars resort. Now, I mean, I know I'm a nerdy guy, and I think the older I get, maybe the less nerdy I am, or maybe the less excited I get. But a Star Wars resort, I mean, I'd probably go to it. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let's just get into it, check it out, see what it's all about, and let's see what craziness over at Disney they're doing. It is still kind of disappointing that Disney owns Star Wars, but what are you going to do? Now, if we get to show up on the Falcon...
I hope that when people come to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and they experience it for the first time, that this place they're walking through and the characters they're seeing and the beasts and aliens and droids puts them in a position where they give themselves over to the moment, to the story, and play with us in the world of Star Wars.
It will be jaw-dropping and incredibly emotional to walk into the land for the first time, to actually be standing there amongst the buildings, amongst the ships, and have this feeling that it is
really
all real,
cool.
that has been brought to life, and it is right there in front of you. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
The experience on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run puts you straight in that cockpit, right behind the controls, whether you're one of the pilots, the gunners, or flight engineers that are keeping the ship operating. It is going to be an intense, super fun experience on the fastest ship in the galaxy.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I think any great story has tension and conflict, and it's not Star Wars without the war. So it was absolutely fundamental that the story of the land actually finds the guest between the Resistance and the First Order.
One of the experiences that I'm sure every visitor to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to love is the most epic attraction we've ever built. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance.
He points his fucking gun at the...
And this attraction invites you to be a recruit of the Resistance, to stand up against the First Order, and you even come face to face with Kylo Ren. You make it through that, you get back to the planet, you are going to be a hero of the Resistance and celebrated throughout the land.
It's exciting to think about this as only the beginning, and to think about how this land will be living and breathing and evolving.
Man. That's pretty good.
There is nothing actually more meaningful and more special than to provide a place for people to experience Star Wars with their family for decades to come.
Oh, that's really cool, man. Disneyland and Walt Disney World. You know, I was just thinking when I was watching them, they were so passionate. There's a lot of people. I don't know if I'm one of them necessarily, but there's a lot of people that look at Disney as the enemy as far as just all things. As a company, they're buying a lot of stuff, right? And that's never a good thing. They own a lot of things. They, you know, even though they give Marvel a lot of the freedom to do kind of whatever they want, they own Marvel. They own a lot of TV. They own a different movie studio for the gory stuff, which is fine. They're buying Fox. And a lot of people look at, you know, specifically maybe Star Wars fans, there are some people that look at that and think that selling to Disney was the worst idea, right? People just feel that way. That even if George Lucas, like, I'm sure there's people out there that feel like even if George Lucas wasn't going to finish, you know, Star Wars, it'd be better unfinished than having Disney mess it up. For me personally, I think 7 and 8 weren't good, like, in any real way. Maybe they're entertaining at their core, just Star Wars, lasers and lightsabers and stuff. And to that degree, maybe they were entertaining. As far as Star Wars lore and entertainment in the Star Wars world, these movies are not, or 7 and 8 are not that good. For me, that's just how I feel. I just don't like 7 or 8 as a hardcore Star Wars fan. And it's just really funny to see, the point being is it's really funny to see that there's people in Disney that, I mean, there's very few things that rivals Disney's, their story. You know, when documentaries come out in the future, like they already have them now, but when documentaries like look back at some of the biggest things that have either come out of America or or this planet, Disney is a huge, huge thing. The only thing that can really rival is Star Wars easily, and Marvel. I think Marvel, because it's a comic book world, really dwarfs most things. The lore, the everything involving Marvel, I think is just there's just more of it, and it'll keep going on and on. But Star Wars is one of the few things that has that huge fandom. It's just a powerhouse. Like Marvel can go up and down, and everyone go, yeah, Marvel's like one of the biggest things ever. But Star Wars has like how do you phrase it? It's a they have like an unrealistic fan base, I guess is what it is. Like they just don't care what it is, they like it. You know, Star Wars, and that's rabid fans, I guess is the way to put it. And I think I'm kind of right there with them. So to kind of put it that way, even people that work at Disney can be diehard fans of Star Wars. There's people that work at Disney, I'm sure, that are bigger fans of Star Wars than they are of Disney. But Disney is just a thing. I'm sure that's a thing. Like I'm sure there are people that feel that way at Disney, but there are people that view them as the enemy. I think that I kind of view them that way. I wouldn't say I'm going to rush to judgments or anything like that, but like the people we just saw in this trailer, they were like, yeah, Star Wars, it's so awesome. I'm so glad they're a part of the family. You know, very, very Mormon-y, kind of uncomfortable. You know, and we get to do all this great stuff and make this resort. It's insane. And people are going to love it. And they're going to love it for years to come. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. Why do you have to mess up the movies? Like, I don't know. I think there's just, I know it's a little contradictory in there, but I just think that's a weird thing to think about. That one of the two biggest things that has like such a huge followings, Star Wars and Disney, and there's people that love both on either side, and one bought the other, and the fans of the one that was bought are like looking at the people that are also fans and going, we hate you. It was just a thought that I had watching these people, because these people sound so happy and so enthusiastic to make this incredible world. And this looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't say I can't wait to go there, because I probably never will. But that's not because I don't want to go. I'm just poor. But, you know, that's just going to be how it is. And I just think that's really crazy to see people that love something so much also viewed as the enemy. It's just a weird thought to have, I guess. I just wanted to share that. I don't know. Maybe you don't feel the same way, and if you don't, well, then you're just a great person with, you know, hugs and kisses all around, and furriness and kitties and rainbows and unicorns. Your life seems like it's very unrealistic. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in whatever video I'm doing next. Later, guys.